Hey everybody, it's Rob the Backyard Gardener, and today I'm going to be trimming up my kiwi vines that I've grown from seed, as well as my grapevines. So I just want to provide you with a few updates on these first. Obviously, they just gone through the winter, so there's no foliage. They went out of control last year. I got really busy with life and things, so I didn't really prune them down last year, but that's okay. They've got years before flowering, most likely, although we never know what's in store this year. Anyway, let me show you a few clips of me taking them before and after with me trimming the heck out of them. Now, I will say before you see these clips that I did a lot of trimming on these on purpose because I really am just trying to get them to establish a main leader and or get them set up for some more foliage this year while keeping them somewhat contained so they don't grow into the rest of my plants. All right, let's show you the clips and then I'll be back. So we've got kind of a mess with our grapevines and our kiwi vines as well, both on this side of the yard and on the other side of the yard. I let them go a little crazy last year, just sent down some roots over the winter, put in a lot of foliage, and it's a mess. Now the good news is we've got a pretty good base here, so I'm gonna take a lot of this off that you see here and just try to keep maybe a leader or two on this plant. There is two of them. Technically you only want one, but I'm gonna go with two this year. I don't think it'll put any flowers on still, but I definitely want to clean up all of this mess right here, as well as the grapevines. We've got all kinds of fruiting spurs that are all over the place. They just don't look very good. I started to trim this one down, and then I thought, you know what, I'll give you guys a look at what we're looking at. So I'm gonna go work on this right now, and I'll give you another look when we've got a lot of it trimmed up. So I've cleaned up the grapevine pretty good. I could probably take another foot or two off each of the ends, but this plant struggled last year with several different diseases and insects eating away at it. No matter what I treated with it, it just struggled. And it either would kill the insects and the plant, or it would not kill the insects and not kill the plant. It's like I couldn't do either. So this Thompson seedless grapevine has only produced really a handful of grapes over the last couple of years. Now it's only a 4-year-old vine, but it really hasn't done much. Wanted to give you a look at the kiwi. As you can see here, we've trimmed it quite a bit. Again, this is not the ideal situation. We have it wrapped around a pole, but I don't want to take too much off and not be able to sculpt it. I kind of want to continue to get this trunk getting thicker and thicker and thicker. We're still a few years out from this even probably flowering, unless I'm lucky, and it could be another 5 to 7 years, so you never know. I'm going to keep working on it. This is going to be where it starts this new year for 2020 at. Again, second Thompson seedless grapevine right here, and this third one that I put in last year does not look very good. Matter of fact, it may have died off on the ends, and it might have to start with new leaders. We'll have to see how that goes. Now that we've done that, we're gonna go over here and adjust these kiwis. We've got quite a few of them over here, I think 5 or 6, and as you can see, they went crazy last year. I just let them go out of control. Thought it looked cool that there was so much foliage all over the place, so I let them go out of control, and it even got into my apple tree here, my Gala apple, so it's all over the place. We're going to do a bunch of chopping on this next, and I'll show you what this looks like to start the new year as well. All right, we took quite a bit off the kiwis over here. I just pretty much topped them straight up, and I left a little bit more on this one because I really like the thickness of the branches up there. So we're going to see how this goes. Again, technically we want one single leader. I'd be trying to get it straight and then have dual leaders off the top, or side branches if you will, so that we could trellis those. But this is still years away from producing any fruit, so right now I'm just trying to fatten up the base. And it's late winter, so we figured we'd do it now. It's almost spring. We're about a month away from spring. So anyway, there we go. That one's done. Now I've got to go into the greenhouse and work on this one a little bit because it started to grow through the top despite my best efforts to trim it last year. We'll get that one done next and we'll give you a look. Okay, so not much need to be done on this one. This one I have been working on getting a straight leader on and just a little bit of foliage on top, like a little canopy. Again, I don't know how well these are going to do this year. They'll take off. I'll keep you guys updated. They will grow like crazy, put a lot of foliage on, a lot of vining, but I'm really just wanting to get the base trunk of these really thick over the next year or two. But wanted to give you a look. We've got them topped, ready for this year. So over here we have the last ones. We put 2 in this box back here, and they have just wrapped around everything, which I don't mind these doing. I kind of wanted them to go crazy. You can see the sheer number of buds that are getting ready to break, and I don't know if you can see it, but one of the buds way up there is actually already broke. Now I've had to trim these away from this magnolia tree many times, and again, this is not the proper way to grow the kiwi, but this was just an experiment for me. I put it on this fence over here. We're gonna keep it contained to just this area as best I can this year, and again, never know when it's gonna flower or fruit. I've chopped it all out of the tree already, got it kind of set up to grow high. Obviously, we don't need it to vine up there. I'm probably gonna run it across this fence the best I can this year and see how it goes. But right now, all I care about is it getting more girth, getting more seasons behind it, so that maybe it can flower and or fruit. So that wraps it up for this quick update to these kiwi vines grown from seed. You saw the ones on the other side. We've got the 2 over here. We've got several. Remember, the key is that I'm trying to find out how long it takes for these guys to produce flowers. And then if and when they do, the key is, do I have at least 1 male for all the female plants? Or conversely, 1 female if there's so many male plants, because you do need 2 separate plants for kiwis in order to produce kiwi fruit. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick update. I will be providing updates on all of my trees grown from seeds from last year's series, and we'll get you completely updated this year. Plus, we'll get you some garden tours and things that I'm planning this year. Now that I've had about 8 or 9 years in Texas, I'm starting to figure out what works, what doesn't. Maybe I'll even try corn again this year. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy gardening, and thanks for watching. Are you gonna help me garden this year? Are you gonna help me do gardening and keep all the rabbits and all the pests out of here? I really need you to do a good job this year of keeping these pests out. Kai, sit down. Are you gonna be a good boy? You gonna do that for me today and this year? All right. Let's go, buddy.